Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, such as bourbons, ryes, American style whiskeys, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the bell notification. That's going to alert you to when I'm doing new uploads, live streams, things along those lines. If you're already a subscriber and a supporter of my channel, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all your support. So today we're going to do a review of State 38 Distilling. This is going to be their what they call DC Loveday bourbon whiskey. Why don't we take a closer look at this one? So, State 38 Distilling out of Golden, Colorado. This is their standard or flagship bourbon. DC Loveday, I wasn't actually able to find much information on the significance of who he was. So, I did reach out to the company. So, hopefully once I'm able to get a little bit more information as to who he was, I can add that in the description. I always try to find some information, and it was a little difficult to find that. So I did reach out to them to see if they would provide some of that information. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from them, and I will link that at some point in the description below. So again, State 38 Distilling, which is named after basically the state of Colorado becoming the 38th state in the United States. Again, mash bill on this is 60% corn. The remaining 40% was a mixture of rye, wheat, and a very dark roasted malted barley. So that was very interesting to kind of see that mash bill. So I'll be interested to know what the nose and the palate kind of give us on that. Proof on this, 90 proof or 45% ABV. Non-age stated, however, I was told that this was approximately 2.5 years old. So, and they are in the process of changing the labels to signify that they will be considered straight bourbon whiskeys. So, MSRP on this was I saw a couple of ranges, anywhere from about $37 to $53, depending on where you were, in the States. So why don't we'll kind of get into the review. So typically what I try to do with most or all of my reviews is we'll go through the appearance, we'll go through the nosing, the taste, the finish, and then any other kind of general channel information from there. So, all right, why don't we kind of get into this? So as you can see, this has a really nice kind of, lightish bronze, kind of a light copper type of note to it. So, all right, so let's give this a nose. So right away, it's very dark fruit, kind of dominant. Still a little bit floral as well. And I also pick up like a creamy banana type of nose to it. And this is non-sourced. This is all produced directly from the distillery. So definitely some vanillas there. It all has this this creamy type of nose to it. I know that kind of sounds a little bit strange, but there's this kind of creamy, soft note kind of to that. But yeah, definitely some banana, some dark fruit, some cherries, things along those lines. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see, especially with that dark roasted malt. I'll be interested to see what the translation is on on the palate. I picked up a little bit of oak, but it wasn't, super dominant. I mean, for it only being, 2.5 years old, you wouldn't expect it to be, over oaked or anything. So let's give this a try. Cheers. So my first impression is, like the nose, it's very, very creamy. Like there's this vanilla cream to it. It's light, kind of floral. There is still that hint of kind of smoke to it. There's like a little bit of a char, that oak is there, but I think that flavor profile, I think, is really kind of coming through from that extra dark roasted malt. There's for sure a little bit of chocolate that's kind of coming through. I think that's the roasted part of that's coming through. So really interesting kind of flavor profile. Starts out sweet, then you kind of get hit with that a little bit of like banana, and then there's that roasted type of note to it. Really, really interesting, different kind of waves as it kind of works its way from the front to the back of the palate. Yeah, the more you taste it, the more that kind of smokiness, that dark roasted malt is really wanting to come through. It's a really nice, interesting profile. Not something you get in a lot of bourbons, but I like that. It's different from that aspect. That chocolate is there for sure. The banana's a little bit there. Yeah, actually, I think the more the finish begins to develop, the more that roasted maltiness wants to kind of linger. And there is still that chocolate and kind of banana note to it. So yeah, really, really interesting type of flavor profile for this one. This would be an interesting one to just kind of sit down, sip on, kind of let it go through its stages a little bit, maybe open up. I mean, at only 90 proof, there's very little heat to it, but it's very approachable for somebody, I would say, who doesn't want anything that's really high proof and maybe something a little bit on the different side. This would be a very, very interesting bourbon to let somebody try. So very unique, profile to it, but it's enjoyable. It's very, very enjoyable. So I think they've done a really, really interesting job. I don't know what their other plans are to do with, any other things. I believe they do a malted whiskey as well, but I'd have to double check. And again, I'll have links to the distillery, this whiskey, in particular. So if it's something that you do want to check out, I'll have a link to where you can find it, purchase it, things along those lines. So yeah, let's take another sip. But as I've kind of been talking a little bit, the finish is I would say, on the short to medium side, but that roasted maltiness is definitely there and leaves you with that chocolate and kind of banana note to it. Yeah, very, very interesting. It's I don't know if I've really ever had anything like that. It's different. And I guess just to be very specific regarding this bottle in particular, this is from their batch 17, and this is specifically bottle number 52. So that's the profile I'm getting off of, this batch. So as always, they can change for each individual, but yeah, I think they've done a really, really nice job. It's an interesting, bourbon, but very approachable. It's a unique, very approachable, bourbon. So, kudos to them for trying some different things. Again, very enjoyable. So anyway, leave some comments, give me a thumbs up. I love the comment part of it. If this is something you've had, or if you're in the Colorado area, if it's something you enjoy, do you taste kind of some of the same things that I do? I'm always interested in the feedback of what it is I'm doing kind of a review of, to see whether or not you as the viewer are picking up some of the things that I do as well. So again, so leave some comments, thumbs up. I'll have some other information linked to the Patreon page I've got. So if you want to contribute or support the channel, you can do it for as little as $1. So it all goes a long way. So yeah, again, all of the information regarding them, the whiskey, will all be linked in the description below. So check all of that stuff out. I'll have some other things, some links to the lamp as well. I picked that up a couple months ago, so I'll have that as well. But anyway, so like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.